Hi, namaste. It's Jackie. So, back again to do some yoga today. Hope you're doing well. So, what you'll need for our practice today is your yoga mat if you have one, or just a space where you be able to lie down on the floor eventually. If you have a blanket or a thick towel, you need that to pad your knees. Eventually, we'll be coming down onto hands and knees. And then, if you have a yoga block, great, get that. If you don't have a yoga block, that's fine. So turn off your devices, turn off your cell phones, go into a space where you can close the door and just have a few minutes, and we'll do a little yoga practice together. So we're going to incorporate some kind of shaking things off into our practice today. So we're just going to start by doing some movement for our wrists. So you can just start with some wrist movements. And if you're comfortable shifting the weight over to one foot, try to pick up one foot and circle your ankle while you circle your wrists. If you don't feel comfortable standing on one foot, that's okay. Change the direction of your circles. And then just put that foot down. This time, make a fist with your hands and circle your wrists. And then try to pick up the other foot and circle your ankles. And then change the direction of your circles. Just some little joint rotations. And then you can put the foot down and just give your hands a little shake and maybe even give your feet a little shake. Just start by just shaking off the day. So whatever you've done today. And then we're going to take a couple of big sigh breaths. So take an inhale, shrug your shoulders a bit. Let out a good sigh as you exhale. And do that again. Inhale, a little shrug of the shoulders. And then a nice sigh as you exhale. And then just to start to get in touch with the rhythm of our breath, take an inhale and sweep your arms out to the side, up over your head, reach up a little bit, stretch, maybe lift your eyes as well, and then exhale, breathe through your nose as your hands come down. We're going to do that a few times. We're going to breathe in and out through the nose. So inhale your arms up over your head, reach up, maybe look up, exhale down. Just getting this sense of moving and breathing. Inhale, so we're coordinating the movement with the breath, and exhale down. Again, a nice reaching breath as you reach your arms up. See how that feels for your shoulders. Exhale down. And then once your arms are down, again, some shoulder rolls. And then just thinking about the breath a little more precisely, put your hands on your lower abdomen. On your inhale, let your hands lift out to the side. So just let your hands float out. You want to feel the chest lift. And on the exhale, pull the belly back in. Pull the belly in as you touch your hands back to the navel. So we're trying to draw in the transverse abdominis on the exhale. So inhale, feel the chest lift. Good. Exhale, touching the abdomen. We're going to be breathing like that through our practice today. So let's try one more. Inhale, we want to feel the chest lift, an opening breath. On the exhale, pulling in the belly. You might think about zipping up the zipper on something a little snug. And then just pause for a moment. So just feel your feet on the floor. Get a sense of where you are, the room that you're in. Perhaps turning the palms open. And if you're comfortable, closing your eyes. Close your eyes or even just soften your gaze to the floor and just take a few breaths so that you can begin to bring your energy and attention here into your body, into the room as you begin your practice today. And then take just a moment to choose an intention or a point of focus for your practice today, something personal that you'd like to focus on just for yourself. And as you begin to feel clear about that intention, draw the palms together in the prayer position at your heart. Bow your head for just a moment. Good. Take a breath. And then blink your eyes open. Bring your hands down, and thinking about the breath as we were doing, we're going to inhale the hands out to the sides, and then on the exhale, make a fist, pull your elbows up like you're doing a bicep curl, and pull your belly in. Good. Inhale, fan your hands out. Exhale. We're just starting to get this idea of moving with the breath. So inhale your hands up, big V shape, and when you make your fist, put your thumbs on the inside, hug your elbows down. Do that again. Inhale. Feel the breath in your chest. Thumbs on the inside, make a fist, hug them down. Now this time, let one hand go up, one hand down. One thumb we're going to put on the inside, the other thumb we're going to put on the outside as we hug the fist in, and then switch sides. Inhale. Put one thumb on the inside, one thumb on the outside, make this fist again, just to play with your brain a little bit. So inhale, one hand up. So we're going to make the fist, one thumb on the inside, one thumb on the outside, hug them down, belly in. Again, inhale. Good. Put one thumb on the inside, one thumb on the outside, pull them in. And then just bring your hands out and give them a shake. You can shake your hands, palms up and palms down. You might even give your feet a little shake too. And then we're going to do a little swinging movement. So step your feet out a little bit wider, and we're going to let the arms swing. This is called empty shirt sleeves. So you might picture a child in a big shirt, and you want to let the arms be floppy and tap, and try to turn your head and turn your eyes, kind of sort of a shaking off the stress practice today. We're going to be shaking things off. All right, and then please bring your feet back in so they're hip-width apart. Next movement, we're going to go back to this, inhaling the arms up over the head, and then exhale your arms down. And as we do that the next time, I'd like you to lift your heels up off of the floor. So inhale your arms up, come up onto your toes. You're going to feel the legs quiver. And then exhale, bring your hands down. Let your heels touch as your hands touch the side of the body, so the heels come down slowly. So inhale your heels up any amount, reach your hands up, maybe a slight pause at the top of the in-breath, and then exhale down as smoothly as you can, letting your heels touch as your hands touch. A little balance. Again, inhale up. This time, exhale halfway down with your heels and your arms. And then inhale back up without touching your heels down. Good. Exhale your arms all the way down, heels touch as your hands touch the sides of your legs. Remember to engage the abdomen on the exhale. So inhale, reach up with your arms. Exhale halfway down with your heels and lower one arm halfway down. And then inhale back up. Lift your heels a little, let the arm float up. Big inhale. Good. Halfway down with the heels, lower the other arm down, pull the belly in. Inhale back up. So once more, do both arms halfway down. You might feel your legs quivering a little bit. And then inhale back up. And then slowly all the way down, letting the heels touch as your hands touch. You might feel a little energy in your legs. You could give your feet a little shake. And then we're going to go up one more time and hold. So as you're ready, inhale your arms up. Let your heels float up. Again, the legs might be shaking. And we're just going to stay up here. So on the exhale, soften down just a little bit. And on the inhale, try to lift back up a little bit. And then exhale, soften down a little bit. If you want to challenge your balance more, try swaying around like a tree in the wind, or move your hips around like Elvis. So whatever you can do to challenge your balance a little bit, try to keep your heels up. And then when you get to your next inhale, reach back up. And then everything down as smoothly as you can. Again, some shoulder rolls, some shaking, maybe shaking your feet again. And then pause again, like we did at the beginning. Take a moment to just stand tall and notice the sensations in your body. So you might feel a little energy in your legs. Maybe you notice your feet a little bit more. And then we're going to, you can still face this way, but I'm going to turn to the side so you can see my back. So we're going to do a little forward fold to stretch out the back after that lifting movement. So touch the sides of your hips, take an inhale. And on the exhale, we're going to bend the knees and slide the hands down the sides of the legs. We call this chair pose. So you might think like sitting back into a chair. And then inhale back up to standing. Nice lift of the chest as you come up. Exhale down, pulling in the belly as you slide down. You can bend your knees quite a bit if you like. Inhale, or if your knees aren't happy, bend your knees less. Good. So this time, exhale down. And on your inhale, lift your arms up right in front of your shoulders, slowly. Slowly lower your arms down. Exhale, pull your belly in. And then inhale, stand back up, lift your chest. Good. Exhale, come back down into the chair pose. And this time, lift your arms up a little higher if you can, maybe up beside your ears. Slowly exhale, just lowering the arms, pulling in the belly. And then inhale, you're standing up again. This time we're going to hold 2 breaths. So exhale down, pulling in the navel. Inhale, let one arm lift all the way up and the other arm lift halfway up. as you exhale, begin to lower the top arm, and when they're parallel, let them come down together. And then inhale, switch which arm goes up higher. And then exhale, begin to lower the top arm. When they're even, bring them down together. Please stand up on the in-breath. This time we're going to hold 3 breaths. So exhale down, pulling in the belly. Inhale, both arms, maybe shoulder height, maybe up higher. While you hold on the exhale, bend your elbows out to the sides. Think of a cactus. And on the inhale, lengthen back up, lift your eyes. Do that again. Exhale, navel in as you bend the elbows. Inhale, reach up. Good. Exhale, cactus arms one last time. And on this inhale, we're going to stand all the way up. And if it's comfortable for you, you can lean back. And then you can bring your arms down. Again, you might shake out your legs a little bit. So a little bit of heat maybe, or energy in the legs. You can step your feet out. We'll swing again. Just keep shaking things off today. Maybe turning your head. And then again, just a couple of breaths to notice how you feel. We keep returning to these pauses, these moments of stillness. And then if you turn to face the short edge of your mat, I'm going to turn to the side again so you can see. We're going to keep the feet hip width apart. We're going to step the right foot forward so that it's right in front of your right hip, and the left foot back so that foot's in line with your left hip. And when you inhale, bend the front knee. We want that knee to come over your heel. So if it wants to jut out over your toes, or you'd like to have a little wider stance, feel free to step that foot forward a little bit. So the movement in this warrior one position, we're going to inhale and bend the knee. And remember how we've been breathing. On the exhale, touch your abdomen, get a sense of the belly drawing in. And again, just a test bend. Inhale, bend the knee, let your hands float out so you feel a little lift in the chest. Exhale, touch the abdomen. You're drawing in the belly like you're zipping up a zipper. So inhale, bend the knee, let your arms go up over your head. Good. Exhale, lower the arms and straighten the leg as smoothly as you can. Slow movement, slow breath. Inhale, bend the knee and lift your arms up. Exhale, straighten the leg, lower your arm down, belly in. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. This lifting breath. Exhale. So this time we're going to kind of play with our balance a little bit. So as you come up into the pose, lift your back heel up off of the floor. So you're coming up onto the toes of the back foot. And then exhale, lower that heel down as you lower the arms and straighten the front leg. So try that again. Inhale, bend the knee, lift your back heel up. Good. Straighten the leg, lower your arms, put the back heel down. One more time like that. Looking at the floor or at something that's not moving will help you with your balance here. Exhale. So we're going to do 3 more, and I'm going to give you another option. The first option would be to just lift the back heel. The second option would be to try to step forward onto your front foot and pick up the back leg and lift the knee. And on the exhale, you're going to step back into the pose as smoothly as you can. So feel free to just lift the back heel or inhale up, lifting that knee, lifting the chest, and then exhale back. Next time we're going to try to hold at the top for 1 breath. So hop up onto that front leg if you like. Inhale. Hold on the exhale. Pull the navel in, and when you inhale, try to lift just a little more. And then exhale, come down, step that foot back. Get your feet positioned comfortably. Keep the bend in your front knee. Lift your arms up, and we're just going to hold the pose for a couple of breaths. So exhale, pull in the navel, maybe softening the elbows a little. Inhale, find some lift. Good. Exhale. Inhale. One more time. Exhale. And then inhale. When you exhale, bring your hands down. Step your feet together. Give them a little shake. Give everything a little shake. You can shake things off. And then just notice this right side. How does it compare to the left side? So before we do that to the other side, we're going to do a little forward fold. So if you step your feet out pretty wide, so it could be just shoulder width apart or even one leg's distance apart, you can choose. Same like the chair pose we did earlier, we're going to touch the sides of the body, take an inhale. And on the exhale, bend your knees quite a bit and bow down. You can go halfway down, or if it's comfortable, you can let your head drop down a little bit more. And on the inhale, lift your chest, so you come up with a flat back, gradually straightening the legs. 2 more times. Exhale. Don't feel free to keep your head up if it doesn't feel good for your neck. Inhale, back up. Good. 1 more time. Exhale. Belly in. Inhale, back. And then just step your feet together. Again, a couple of breaths to notice. So we're going to repeat that sequence on the other side. So I'm just going to turn around so you can see my left side, but we're keeping the feet hip width apart. So we're going to step the left foot forward and the right foot back a comfortable amount. So you decide what's an appropriate distance for your body. We're going to do a test bend. On the inhale, we want that front knee right over the heel. If it wants to jut out over your toes, either step the foot out further forward or bend your knee less. When we do the exhale, the front leg will straighten, touch your belly, get a sense of the abdomen drawing in. On the in-breath, you might even let your hands float out. We want to feel the breath in the chest. Exhale, touching the navel. Okay, this time we're going to add the arms. So inhale, bend the knee, let your arms go up. Exhale, straighten the legs, lower the arms down, belly in. Good. Inhale, up. Exhale, straighten the leg, lower the arms, pull in the navel. 1 more time. Bend the knee, inhale, up. Good. Exhale. So this time we're going to try to lift the back heel off the floor. So as you bend the front knee, inhale up, try to come up onto the toes of the back foot. Exhale, as you come down, lower the back heel back down. 2 more like that. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. So the option, so exhale down, and then on the next repetition, you could do that same thing. You could just lift the back heel, or if you want to hop up onto the front leg, inhale, lift the back leg up, and then slowly come back down. Exhale. Try that again. Inhale, lift up if you like, or just lift the back heel. That's also fine. Exhale, coming on down. We'll try to hold the breath at the top. Inhale, lift the knee. Hold on the exhale. Lift on the inhale. And then put everything back down. Get your feet situated and grounded. Bend the front knee. Lift your arms. We're just going to hold the pose. Exhale, the belly draws in. Maybe the elbows soften a little bit. Inhale, lengthen back up. Exhale, belly in. Soft shoulders. Inhale, little length. 1 more time, exhale. 1 more inhale. This exhale, you can bring your hands down, step your feet together, come up, give everything a little shake once again. Jiggle things around. So once again, we're going to do that wide leg forward fold before we do the next thing. So step your feet out, again, pretty wide. So might be shoulder width apart, might be 1 leg's distance apart. The toes are facing forward in this movement. Take an in-breath. Exhale, bend the knees, pull your belly in as you glide down. Your hands slide down the sides of the legs. Inhale, come back up. Exhale down. If it doesn't feel good to bow your head down, just go halfway down. Inhale back up. And the next time we're going to go down and hold the forward fold. So bend your knees a good bit. You could just keep your hands on your knees and stay in this sort of squat-like position and sway. If it's comfortable for you to go way down, you can hang down and hold on to opposite elbows, letting things sway, letting your head relax. If you are holding on to opposite elbows, just switch the way you're crossing your arms. We have so many little habits in our body. Keep breathing. And then on an inhale, release your arms, bend your knees more, and lift your chest. Exhale, touch the sides of your legs, and then inhale up to standing once again. And then we're going to give everything a little shake again. So you can shake a lot, shake your legs, shake your arms, shake things off. And then pause for a moment, perhaps turning the palms open, perhaps closing the eyes. All right, and then we're going to come on to hands and knees. So if you would like to pad your knees and you have a towel or a blanket to put under your knees, grab a little padding for your knees. Come to tabletop position where the hands are right underneath your shoulders, your hips are right over your knees. Take an in-breath here where the chest lifts again, and on the exhale, we pull the navel in first. The elbows come down, the hips fold back like child's pose, a little bow of the head toward the floor. And then inhale, just glide back up to all fours. And then exhale back. Do that again. Inhale up to all fours. And then tuck your toes under. Push up to downward facing dog pose for a bit. So you could start here with a pretty good bend in your knees, pushing down through the hands so that the side body, the back of the body gets some length, and then you could pedal out your legs. You're welcome to hold this pose for a few breaths. If you get tired, if you feel like you need to rest, you're welcome to put your knees back down on the floor. If you haven't already come down, please lower your knees to the floor on your next inhale. And another movement we name after our dogs. Also, our cats do this. Exhale back like child's pose, and as you do that, walk your hands further forward. On the in-breath, come up to all fours and see how it feels to shift your hips forward. This is a variation of upward dog. The knees are on the floor. And on the exhale, as you pull back, pull your navel in. And if that felt okay for your back, we'll do it a couple more times. So inhaling forward, upward dog. Maybe you lift your chest, maybe you lift your eyes. Try to keep your shoulders down. Exhale back as you pull the belly in. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. All right, and then come to rest for just a moment. So you could be on your elbows here. You could be folded back in child's pose. You might put your head on something. Some people like to stack up the fists or just rest your head for a moment. Notice your breath. And then please come to lie on your stomach. So for many people, it's comfortable to just lie on the stomach without any padding. If you get down on the floor and you find that the hip points feel a little tender, you can pad your hip points. Otherwise, you could just come to lie down. Once you get here, you can take your hands, stack them up, rest your forehead on your hands, and bend your knees and just circle your ankles around. Maybe letting the feet, sway from side to side. And then put your feet down on the floor. If you can, let the tops of your feet just rest on the mat. And we've been trying to do some kind of back bendy movements. These are they're energizing and also help us to be, they're uplifting, literally and figuratively. So for the next movement, we're going to try to do a little lift here on the floor. The two options for your arms, first option is to have your hands in cactus arms, so they're out to the sides, the elbows are bent. If that's not comfortable for your shoulders, you can have your arms straight down by your sides. And what we're going to try to lift is the chest. So as I inhale, the chest lifts. Of course, my head and my shoulders are going to come up too. And as I exhale, just lower down. Can you pull in the belly as you go down? So lift again. If that hurts your back, lift less. Doesn't have to be a big movement. Exhale down. One more lift. Inhale. Exhale down. So again, if that movement does not feel good for your back, lift less. And what we're going to try to do is to lift the legs 2 this time. And you could also have your hands down by your sides like this if it's better. So inhale, try to lift your chest and both legs off the floor a little bit. You can skip the legs if it's too much. Exhale down. Do it again, but let your feet come a little bit wider. So inhale up, a little wider feet. Exhale down. Inhale, lift feet still a little wider. And then exhale down and pause. You could rest your hands on under your forehead again. And just kind of take a little moment to notice your body. You could bend your knees again, let your feet move. For some people, those back bends are like, oh, I love that, so good. And for other people, it doesn't feel good at all. So if you are kind of done with that movement, you can come back to child's pose. If you want to lift one more time, we'll just try to lift and hold. Wider feet can sometimes be nicer for the back. So if you would like, and you don't have to, inhale, lift, and see if you can hold on the exhale. And hold on the inhale. I'm not lifting my chin. I'm just kind of looking down toward the floor. Exhale. So don't hurt your neck. One more lift if you're still up here. And then let the exhale bring you down. And now we're going to push back to child's pose. So if it's helpful to just slide a little padding under your knees, grab your blanket again, come back. We want some position to round the back. You can be on your elbows. You can put your hands under your forehead again. A little rocking. And then we're just going to turn over and come onto our back. So for the next part, you can just come to lie on your back. Once you're on your back, you can just draw the knees into your chest. Make some ankle circles. Rock on your back. So this also may feel good for your back after those lifting movements on the floor. You could also kind of stir your knees around, make some circles to, again, think about massaging your low back. All right, and then put your feet down on the floor. You can have your knees bent. Maybe the feet are a little wider and the knees are touching. For many people, that feels good. And you can just rest your hands on your belly. If you're comfortable, close your eyes and just, again, a few breaths to check in, noticing how you feel after all the movements we did today. So I'd like you to bring your knees up into your chest and take the arms out to the sides in this T position. Have the arms a little lower than your shoulders, not way up beside your ears. And palms down, with the knees touching and the feet flexed so the ankles are bent. Take an inhale. You might lengthen out through your arms. On the exhale, pull in your belly and let your knees just rock to one side about maybe 6 inches. And then inhale up to the center, and then exhale to the other side. Inhale to the center, and you can just keep rocking gently. You may go a little further with each breath. Exhale over, and when you come to the center, inhale, keep your knees touching. Exhale, maybe go a little further this time. Inhale back up. So we'll do maybe 2 or 3 more to each side. Exhale. You want to think about drawing your knees closer to your chest or toward the elbow on the floor. Inhale back up, knees together. Exhale. It's fine if your movement is quite small. Inhale. Some of you may be able to go all the way down and touch the floor. Don't hurt your back. Exhale to the side and inhale back up. Exhale to the side, drawing the knees closer to your chest. Inhale back up. So you can do 1 more to each side. Again, it's quite fine if it's a very small movement. Inhale back up. Exhale to the side. So inhale to the center and put your feet down for a moment. If you have a little something like a blanket, or some of you might have a yoga block or something, I'd like you to put it over by your right side. And we're going to draw the knees back up, and we're going to go over to the right side with the knees together and rest them on that support. So first thing I want you to notice when you went to the right is, did your left shoulder come up off of the floor? And if it did, raise that support up a little bit so that your shoulder is on the floor. And then you might notice if your knees are even with each other. Now, if they're not, it's okay, but we're going to try to kind of move them in that direction. So just noticing the left side, take a big in-breath. And on the exhale, try to pull the top knee a little closer to the lower knee and pull your belly in. Inhale into the left chest. Exhale, pull the belly in. A couple more breaths. Inhale. You might notice if that left arm is relaxed or if the fingers are tense. And then just pull your knees back up to the center, maybe one at a time, maybe both at the same time, and put your feet on the floor for a moment. And notice the two sides. So if you, we're going to put that support on the other side. I'm going to grab my yoga block here. So we're going to pull the knees up to the chest. And then as you exhale to the side, you want to keep the knees moving closer to your chest. This is better for the hips and the low back. And you can just put support under your knees. This time now the right side's going to get the stretch. So what do you notice in the right shoulder? Is it lifting up off of the floor? And if it is, raise that support of your knees up so that your shoulder can be down. And then you may notice that the knees are staggered a little bit. They're not even. We're going to work on that. So take an inhale into your right chest. And on the exhale, pull the top knee a little closer to the lower knee. Inhale into the chest. Exhale, hug the belly in. The knees draw closer to each other. Should not hurt your back. Inhale. Exhale. Let's try one more breath there. Exhale. And then bring your knees back up one at a time. Put your feet on the floor. Take a moment to get everything even again. Pull your knees into your chest. If it feels nice for you, you could lift your chest up towards your knees. It kind of evens up the spine. And then inhale your head down and your feet down. We're going to have the feet in line with the hip bones, same as we did when we were standing. If you do have a yoga block, you can put it in between your legs. Totally fine if you don't have one. And then just bring your hands palms down by your sides and thinking about the way we've been breathing through our practice today. Inhale your arms up over your head. You feel the chest lift and expand. And as you bring your arms back down by your sides, push your low back toward the floor. So this, again, this abdominal area engages. Do that again. Inhale. Spread your fingers. Lengthen the sides of the body. Exhale back down with your arms. This time, keep your hands by your sides, and when you get to the in-breath, lift your hips up off of the floor. And on the exhale, lower down slowly. When you touch your hips down, pull the belly in. Do once more with just your hips. Inhale. Slow breath. Exhale down. This time you could lift the hips and the arms at the same time. You can skip the arms if your shoulders aren't real happy about it. And then lower down, exhale. Let your hands touch as your hips touch if you can coordinate that. Inhale up. Exhale down. So the next option is to keep moving with your breath or to just lift and hold. So you could lift just your hips or you can lift your hips and arms. And maybe you hold at the top. Maybe you keep moving up and down. On the in-breath, there's a lifting feeling. On the exhale, the belly draws in. So maybe one more breath, maybe two more breaths. You see what you like. If you're still moving up and down, that's fine too. And then when you're ready, please come down on an exhale. If you did use a block, go ahead and take it out. Pull the knees into your chest. Rock a little on your back. Again, you might like lifting your chest up And then put your head down, move your feet. Remember we were shaking things. You can shake your feet, shake your hands, shake things out again. And then bring your feet to the floor. Let your feet be a little bit wide, your knees touching, and rest your hands on your belly. Close your eyes. Begin to let go of any effort. Let go of the effort in your body. Let go of the effort to breathe. Just let your body breathe on its own. Your body knows how to breathe. Sometimes a little sigh or the sound ah. On the exhale can be a nice, comforting, releasing breath. So we're going to let the body rest and do a relaxation for a little bit. You are welcome to lie with your knees bent. You could also have your legs stretched out flat on the floor, or you could use a rolled up blanket or a pillow under your knees. For some people, lying flat is actually not comfortable for the back, so choose what you like. You could have your hands on your body. You could have your hands by your sides. And I encourage you to take the next 5-10 minutes to let yourself rest. So this is an important element of a yoga practice, to do the resting at the end. It helps the body to integrate the information from the movements and the breathing practices. So just be as still as you can. And I encourage you again to stay 5-10 minutes. You might count 12 breaths if you're not sure about minutes. It's always a good rule of thumb to try to stay in your relaxation for 12 breaths. As you rest, I'll say a little prayer, a little message. May you be safe. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be at ease. So please continue to enjoy your relaxation, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Namaste.